Hi, me again. Oh, well, I have tried to organize a guest for my tiny little podcast that, for being a tiny little podcast, is truly organizing and revolutionizing my thought processes, but on a bigger and broader scale than myself. It is helping to empower and change the lives of people who are in abusive relationships. And to all of those people, you are courageous, you are brave, you are worth more than what you are being allowed to believe that you are. It is a hard process, it is a long journey, but you are worth it, and you are never alone. To each and every one of those people, thank you. Thank you for reaching out, for trusting me with your story and your journey, and knowing that I will encourage you, I will hold your hand, and I will not let go. I want to talk a little bit today, since I can't get a guest. I literally just got turned down by one of my best friends to be a guest. It is hard to share your voice, regardless of if you are a friend empowering somebody like me, or if you are, an advocate. Anybody in this conversation puts themselves at risk. And the risk may be only for more conversations or to be accountable to what they say in my space. But at the end of the day, I respect all of my prospective guests' right to come at their pace. So, to my listeners, guests will eventually come, but help me continue to discover myself through my journal, my podcast journal, because I do love it here. And I love you for listening. Guys, you make me feel good, and that's valuable and important. So thank you. Boundaries, to a people pleaser like me and many of my listeners, boundaries are hard. It is taking me, I have now been through 12 weeks of therapy, and boundaries started around week 6, week 4, week 6. They really started getting stronger. And now I am setting boundaries that are healthy. I'm doing it without thinking about it. I'm doing it as though I have the right to set boundaries. Who knew? And I'm setting those boundaries with my kids, my family, extended family, friends, my community, just to ensure that I have space and time to be healthy. And I'll be honest, I do bend over backwards to meet my community, to support my family, love on my kids. I go above and beyond, and I am going to own that I do. Because the things that I do involve myself in, I'm very passionate about, and I want the greatest success for. But learning to love myself, and I was literally just talking about this a couple hours ago with a friend of mine, a new friend, and thank you for the great conversation about boundaries, people pleasing, and learning to love yourself. Because if I don't love myself, how can I truly learn to love somebody else? How can I truly teach my children how to have healthy relationships as they grow? And at first, when I started setting boundaries, and I thought, holy hell, oh my God, you're so out of control with your boundaries. Because I set a boundary in a meeting, and multiple heads flew to the left really quick and looked at me. And when I walked back through the setting of that boundary in my head, and I recounted it to my therapist, I actually said to her, oh my gosh, I think I was such a, and I used the kind of naughty word, and she said, okay, well, walk me through it. And so I told her exactly what happened. And she said, and that's the tone you used, and that's how you delivered it. And I'm like, uh-huh. I go, yeah, that's, I think I was rude. And she's like, oh my gosh, you were not rude. These people just aren't used to you setting boundaries. And so I really thought about what she said, and she was right, of course, because she's amazing. But people are when you're a people pleaser who learns to start setting boundaries, everybody around you starts to take notice. And that can really challenge your courage to set the boundaries. But at the end of the day, if you feel like, if your gut is saying, that was right, that was good, that was what was best for me in that moment, stay the course. Stay the course. Honor yourself, respect yourself, listen to your gut feelings, because you are your best indicator if you're healthy or in a healthy space or not. You have every right to listen to yourself, to listen to your voice, and to honor that. In fact, I believe now, after 12 weeks of therapy, that you have a duty to do that. And if you're not doing that, you're failing. You're failing yourself. And I refuse to put me last anymore. So, while boundaries have been hard, my delivery sometimes maybe, to me, feels very edgy. I'm told it's not, because I have asked neutral people in conversations, and they're like, that was a boundary? I didn't even know you set one. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, being honest with yourself is also incredibly valuable and incredibly important. And recognizing that while I think I'm an absolute, well, you can all fill in the blank. Other people don't see it that way. Other people are seeing a respectful conversation happen. And that internal struggle that I feel about setting that boundary is nothing to other people. So I'm being told, and so I'm witnessing, and so I'm starting to accept, and so I'm beginning to undo the unhealthy, people-pleasing ways that I have done my entire life. Which reminds me of something that I learned this last week. And I talked to my therapist about it because it struck a chord. There's a book, and I'll have to find it and share that with you another time because I want to buy the book. But it was all about like 60 different things that victims of abuse, like basically these are traits that they may or may not have, but they'll have a large percentage of them, and they're indicators of abuse or future abuse victims, I guess would be a better way to say it. The one that struck me is being called Smiley. When I was in elementary school, all the way up through high school, into my short time in college, and then on to work, the work environment, and even into my 30s, my 40s, and now as I enter my 50th year of life, I have had that nickname of Smiley. And as the nickname fell away, probably with age, the fact that, oh my gosh, Nita, you smile through anything. No matter what the storm coming down on you, raining hell around you, you have a steadfast smile that shines through it all. And I used to take that as an incredible compliment. And don't get me wrong, because I still do. But what I learned in this reading that I was doing from the unknown name of the book, I know, I'll find it. But what I was really quite stunned to learn is that people who smile all the time are people who are hiding their emotions. People who are masking everything to survive. They are smiley all the time. They are shining with a brilliant smile through contentious storms in public meetings and board meetings and ugly, abusive situations and putting on a smiling face through the glares and the hate at a 4th of July parade, where you're really thinking like, am I going to get physically assaulted right here in the street by this person I married, to, being told after a difficult conversation, how did you remain with sparkling eyes and a smile through that? And while that can serve the end result well, to diffuse, to pull everybody together, it is incredibly unhealthy. And people who smile through it all, keep an eye on those people, because that is strength, but it is also masking. They are masking their true feelings. And if you don't learn how to process feelings as a child, how to let out those feelings, it continues to manifest and grow, and it becomes more and more dangerous on your personal worth, on your personal value. PTSD hit a couple weeks ago. I've been processing through that and doing quite well. Had a couple of moments where I got to use all the tools from therapy, which was amazing that I have those tools. And right now, I'm struggling just a smidge. I can feel that swirling of the panic. I can feel that tornado hitting the back of my mind. That hopelessness, that loss, that idea that my feet aren't firmly planted on the ground. And I know it's lack of sleep right now. It's a huge, huge last week of commitments, drive, push. Things had to get done. And it was all very good, very successful, and it's done. But I need to really remind myself that it is okay not to smile all the time. It is okay to show emotion. It is okay to have multi and varying emotions. It's okay to process them and push them, push that energy, process it and push it to a spot where it's safe, it's validated, and it's safe. It's okay not to smile all the time. So, in setting boundaries, please set boundaries. Set them with me if you have to. If you're somebody in my circle, in my life, don't hesitate to set those boundaries. Holy hell. Boundaries are needed, and they're respectful to yourself, and I empower you to respect yourself. Put you first, because once you put you first, everything else will fall into place. And I am truly starting to learn that. I am truly, truly starting to understand that and to own that. And for those of you that are not in situations of abuse or around people who are abusive, watch for signs of other people in distress. People pleasers. We all probably know a people pleaser or two. People who smile too much. There's a million other small tells, but keep an eye on those people. They might need your help. They might need you for a moment to reach under the water and pull them up for air, just to let them know they're okay. Thank you guys for listening. I love my space here with you. And I think that you make my day better. You validate me, validate the journey that I'm on, the cycle of abuse that I am stopping. And you help me get stronger with each and every moment. Keep your comments coming. Share the podcast, share the journey. Follow me on Instagram under A Glimpse Into the Moment. And help me grow the message. It is okay to respect yourself, love yourself, put yourself first, and you are worthy. And I'm going to end this. I've been challenging people in my life to say some positive things. So just real quick, 5 positive things. And if you talk to me on a semi-regular basis, except for John, I probably don't do this with my friend John because we're always talking positive things anyway, so I don't generally tell him to challenge him with positive things. But I do challenge my kids and, for the most part, my circle of friends. I'll bore Matt with them sometimes, but regardless, 5 positive things. So right now I am positively thankful for this space and this time to share my thoughts and my feelings and to tell the world that it's okay not to be okay. Number 2, I am incredibly thankful that after an incredibly busy day, falling right off of a couple of weeks of push and drive for my public elected position, that I took a moment in time just for me. That I didn't rush home to be a mom. I didn't try to go into work with a scattered brain and be creative, because that would not have worked well, but I just stepped away from life and I focused on resting my mind and my body for a few minutes. So I'm really thankful that I was brave enough to do that. 3, this will surprise some of you guys, but I'm really thankful for the blue sky. I'm kind of a rainy day girl. So the blue sky and being thankful for that. To those of you that are my blue sky people out there, sunshine and blue sky, fluffy clouds. It is gorgeous here where I live, and I actually am very, very thankful for that. 4, holy hell, I love my new car. I love it. It's a new to me car, and my beautiful, gorgeous, amazing savior, Emily, and her husband, Ryan, were gracious enough to find it in their hearts to truly come to me with an amazing offer to buy this vehicle in a way that I could buy it and create a safer environment for my children, and that makes me feel amazing. And my 5th item that I'm thankful for, I am thankful for getting stronger every day, believing in myself, knowing that I'm beautiful, knowing that I have a worth and a value, and that is good. I am so, I want to cuss, I'm so freaking thankful that I'm becoming this woman. I am really thankful for that. It is not an easy journey. It is a hard journey, but it is a blessed journey, and I love every step of it. It's hard, it is muddy, it is dirty, it is vile and putrid at moments, but quite honestly, none of that even bothers me or matters anymore, because to walk through the mud and have dirty feet and know that the rest of you is whole and intact is pretty okay. Kind of like the mud, and I love the rainy days. So thank you guys. My challenge to you right this minute, say those things that you're thankful for. Find me on Instagram, A Glimpse into the Moment, or under my personal account, Mama Nita EP, and help spread the word, help stop the abuse, stop domestic violence. You are worth more, and you are capable of helping others. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing day.